Welcome everybody. Christian and Amber here. We are very excited to have you today. We've got some amazing information to go through with you. Just before we get started, let us introduce ourselves. We are both, we're Amber and Christian. We're both energy healers, quantum energy healers, and life coaches. We specialize in the subconscious mind and also quantum energy healing. What we're going to be going over today is called light language. And light language is a very interesting topic. It's been talked about for years. A lot of people describe it as speaking in tongues, also in religion. But what we discovered today was the physical connection between light and light language. This was brought about in several ways. We're going to deep dive the topic first. We're going to talk about semantics also. We're going to talk about light language, exactly what it is, a little bit deeper information. And towards the end, we're going to go through an activation, which if you choose to partake in, you will notice a number of things. One, heightened intuition. Some even call it a magical type of experience, healing, or the ability to speak light language for yourself. That's the goal for today. So get ready. Let's hop right into it. All right. So, do you want to say anything?
No,
I'm excited.
Honestly, this is the really exciting part. I don't know everything that Christian's about to reveal today. What I do know is that when you start working with these technologies, people start coming out of the woodwork able to speak light language. It just baffles me. Mm-hmm. And it turns out I was speaking it in my sleep last night. Yeah. And I know some of you have seen little bits and pieces of this baby light language coming out of me, as you know that Christian and Shamama Sherry speak it all the time, fluently, I want to say, but are really, really good at it, and I've just had a little bit. I've had tons of conversations lately where people are writing it, people are speaking it, people are navigating, understanding what it means for them. And so when Christian said, holy cow, I found this information yesterday, he showed me a little, but I'm here to learn too.
Awesome. So yeah, light language is very interesting. By the way, to preface this, it's inspired by psychic medium Samantha Faye, Amber's and I's good friend. She inspired this, and also by you'll see Archie is one of them that inspired this too. I asked him for if I could reference some of his work, and Lisa Watson, Lisa Love, she's a quantum coach as well. I asked if I can reference some of her work because she actually writes light language. So you'll see all the dots connected here. Very, very, very fascinating stuff. Okay, let's get into this. So behind me is actually what I discovered through Archie. And let me tell you a little bit about how I came into light language. I was activated. We were in Thailand at the time, and I was working. We were all doing some quantum work in Thailand. We did an energy healing space clearing.
We did.
Which was fascinating. And Amber was teaching meditation, and we decided to meditate, and something triggered in me to start speaking this language.
It was that you became divinely inspired to assist with the healing of someone's throat chakra.
Right.
And so your throat chakra became super activated. This light, I'm telling you, the light language you speak is like nothing I've ever heard. And it is the most beautiful thing I have ever heard. Christian's light language just touches my soul so deeply, I can't even begin to tell you how beautiful it is.
Thank you. Yeah, so I was activated, and what was interesting about it is I recognized as a kid I was doing this. I was speaking this language, and it just came back into my memory. Boom. And there's really no way to describe it. It's kind of a phenomenon. It just happens. But once you become aware of it, just like anything in the universe, you start to recognize, you're conscious of these things, and they start to trigger off, okay? So what you see behind us is coming from Archie. He practices, or he experiments, or he's a scientist in the area of cymatics. Cymatics, we're going to get into this in a minute. Basically, it's the study of sound. When the sound hits certain frequencies, it creates vibration, and these vibrations create patterns. He recognized in some of his cymatics work that there was this pattern coming about. And we're going to get into that here, okay? So before we do that, let's talk about cymatics. We're going to play a quick video for you. This is actually a TED Talk. This will break down a little bit of the cymatics, how it works, and what's going on.
A creative technologist, and the focus of my work is on public installations. And one of my driving passions is this idea of exploring nature and trying to find hidden data within nature. And it seems to me that there's this latent potential everywhere, all around us. Everything gives out some kind of data, whether it's sound or smell or vibration. And through my work, I've been trying to find ways to harness and unveil this. And so this basically led me to a subject called cymatics. Now, cymatics is the process of visualizing sound by basically vibrating a medium such as sand or water, as you can see there. So if we have a quick look at the history of cymatics, beginning with the observations of resonance by Da Vinci, Galileo, the English scientist Robert Hooke, and then Ernest Chladni. And he created an experiment using a metal plate, covering it with sand, and then bowing it to create the Chladni patterns that you see here on the right. Moving on from this, the next person to explore this field was a gentleman called Hans Jenny in the 1970s, and he actually coined the term cymatics. And then bringing us into the present day is a fellow collaborator of mine and cymatics expert, John Stuart Reid, and he's kindly recreated for us the Chladni experiment. What we can see here is a metal sheet, this time connected to a sound driver and being fed by a frequency generator. And as the frequencies increase, so do the complexities of the patterns that appear on the plate, as you can see for your own eyes. So, what excites me about cymatics? Well, for me, cymatics is an almost magical tool. It's like a looking glass into a hidden world, and through the numerous ways that we can apply cymatics, we can actually start to unveil the substance of things not seen.
All right, so what we saw on the video was a quick coverage of semantics and what it means and how we're starting to understand this and use it for other applications. A lot of different applications, but I saw the connection with semantics and light language. And let us just talk a little bit about light language, kind of give a brief overview of what this is, how it works, for those of you that don't know it, and you'll start to see how we connect the dots. So up above us is a description coming straight from Google. This is light language. Light language is a channeled cosmic language that distributes sound and energy to convey messages, interpreted by the heart, and speaks familiarity to your soul rather than your programmed hearing and brain. Mm-hmm. This allows you to consume information differently by expanding your senses and consciousness. I'll add on to that. Okay. Also, here is some work. I found this online. This was I thought was a great description of light language. It says light language is an ancient and futuristic form of communication used for lifetimes that resonate with and connects the soul rather than the logical mind attached to comprehension through a specific perception. As humans, we naturally associate meanings and connotations with our everyday native language, which imprints energy and limiting understanding into words. If those words have been used to describe something negative or lower vibrational, the sounds have been imprinted and can subconsciously keep one stuck in an outdated story, unable to receive the message of information. Light language is proposed to liberate you. This is what I love. Okay, so there's a lot of different benefits when it comes to light language. A lot of different benefits. My mom, Shamama Sherry, she's a quantum healer as well. She speaks light language. Amber is starting to speak light language. Mm-hmm. We met a lot of people that spoke light language and saw some of the benefits from this. Benefits include healing, unexplained healing too. Heightened intuition.
Yep. Peacefulness. A lot of the higher
vibrational descriptions that you would notice in higher vibrational frequencies, peace. There's just something that you can connect with, like, immediately.
It's a oneness.
Right.
The feeling of oneness and
Right.
safety and like your divine being. Like you feel like you can connect with who you truly are deep down. And the craziest thing about it is the one, what's the word I'm looking for? Requirement for it to flow through you is to completely let go.
Yeah, and I think there's a couple things that I noticed when I started speaking it and also when I heard it. The first thing is, this is the sound of the soul. This is the language of the soul, the language of the universe. The second one was, if you were to translate the present moment into a language, I believe it would be a very similar phenomena that you would feel, hear, and see with light language as well. So in my description, it would be like speaking the present moment, the soul, speaking the language of the soul, and feeling the language of the soul kind of at the same time. It's very, very fascinating. Mm-hmm. Okay? So this happened probably about 2 weeks ago. Shamama Sherry, who is my mom, she was doing a live broadcast and something miraculous happened. Mm-hmm. There was a wonderful woman who works with us in the community. She's probably going to watch this at some point. Thank you so much for sending us this and for participating in it. But something magical happened, and we'll touch on that right now. So this is Janet. This is coming from her daughter, and her daughter had, I want to say, some tumors, right? I'm not sure where, but she was having complications. I don't want to get into that too much. Shamama Sherry did a light language healing, and also Trinity, who also works with us, she's a quantum healer as well. They did a light language healing, and they did a healing. Trinity was doing some theta, working with the subconscious. Shamama Sherry was doing some light language and another modality that she worked with. And Janet sent this probably about a week and a half ago. Mm-hmm. They healed my daughter. Doctor was shocked. Couldn't find any tumor. It was gone. Thank you, Shamama Sherry and Trinity. Mm-hmm. Amazing, right? So these are the types of things that are possible when you start to explore the area of quantum healing, light language, the transcendental sciences, right? The sciences of energy, of spirit, of frequency, of vibration, of what else?
Sorry, I'm just basking in the. I'm thinking of just all the people and
magnetism,
how amazing it is.
Electromagnetic frequencies, and sorry, I can't say that. Epigenetics, and also dielectricity. All right. So, what we thought was impossible became possible. Okay. So, this is some work from Lisa Love. She actually did a light language translation in writing for trauma in the area of, what did it say? I didn't catch it.
I didn't either.
It'll come back up. But so these are some of the light language translations that are written. These are written light language translations, okay? Now, we get into some of the breakthroughs.
Trauma caused by humiliation.
Trauma caused by humiliation.
Wow.
Yeah, she has some amazing work. If you haven't checked her out yet, go and check out her page. I believe it's Lisa Love. All right? So these are some of the written light language translations, okay? Now let's get into the breakthrough. This is Archie. I found him on Twitter. And he's into crypto. He's really cool. He's got some fascinating stuff. But what really drew me in was he studies semantics. He says here, semantic holograms are produced by light that is reflected off the tips of standing waves. Here I used a clear container and shifted the angle of the incident light ray, sun, allowing us to see refracted projection of waveforms. Watch as novelty emerges. Semantics, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, this is the tweet that I believe changes everything. This is connecting the dots between light language and cymatics. All right. Here's a tweet that he put up. This was, I want to say, a couple days ago. Let's see here. Let's get it up so you can see there. All right. When you illuminate a standing semantic waveform with individual lights set at different degrees within a circle, as opposed to uniform 360-degree light source, you get what appears to be lettering. If you do not feel the
Woo-wee.
chills
I do.
going down your spine right now,
Oh.
like a code. Like a code. Let me go ahead and pull this video up so you can see it. All right. This is what he's talking about. Now, we're going to get into the comparison. What do you notice here? Semantics, discovery from Archie. This is what he discovered here with the two different lights. This is written light language on the side over here. What do you notice?
They're very, very similar.
Very similar, right? Going even deeper, let's have a look. I found something that is fascinating with this. I don't think I put it, I thought I put it in the presentation, but I don't think I have it.
So you're looking for it?
Maybe it's on my phone. Let's see. Yeah, I know it's on my phone for sure. I'm going to pull it up for you guys because I know it cannot be missed. Okay, so there's something called the 72 sequences of God, technology of the soul. The shapes, sounds, sequences, and vibration of the 72 sequences radiate a wide range of energy forces. The forces they emit purifies our hearts. Seekers can tap into this power and energy by learning about and calling upon them.
Okay. And they're codes, they're symbols.
They're symbols.
Oh, wow.
Right? They're symbols. So, the connection between light and light language is real. This is speaking the word of God. This is speaking the word of the soul.
Oh my gosh.
I'll put this this tweet below. It is by Raymond Finnis, I want to say. He's talking about the 72 sequences of God. This is what he's talking about. This is coded.
Codes. Divinely downloaded, written, and spoken codes. Healing codes.
Healing codes. Light codes. This is what the discovery is. All right. I have a chart of some of the symbols as well. It almost looks like Arabic, kind of. It looks very similar to what you're seeing on the screen. Fascinating stuff. Fascinating stuff. So, what do you get out of this? Validation.
Validation, big time. Yeah, and inspiration. And also, how is it that, you know, psychic medium Samantha Faye, as Christian mentioned, reached out to me a couple days ago with her recent activation, and I was just beyond excited, right? And then Christian finds this information yesterday, and then I'm speaking it in my sleep? I don't know. Christian tells me in the morning that I'm speaking it in my sleep. That's how deeply ingrained these tools are. That's how deep in the soul these things reside.
Right.
I didn't even say, oh, I hope that I can speak it more. I mean, I do, obviously, but I know that the only way to do that is to let go and just let it flow through me, because it's not a thing that you try to do. It's a thing that you allow yourself to do, that you remove the blocks around it. Once you know it exists within you, it's about releasing everything around you that's keeping it from flowing and just allowing it to flow. And so I just think it's profound that I went to sleep last night and it began to flow. So
yeah, absolutely.
That's what I think is
absolutely. But
crazy.
here's what I immediately went to, because I consider myself a transcendental scientist. I'm a very science-based person. I need to understand the things that are going on, right? Just for I guess you would call it kind of the egoic mind, but that's the way my mind works. And that's actually what drives me to find answers and to look for discoveries and to be different in that regard. But what I got out of this, when I did light language, I knew it was something, right? I just didn't really know what it was. I knew that it was very magical, but this brings a whole new layer of understanding, a whole new layer of consciousness. Because we're starting to understand and see beyond the veil.
And we're starting to now prove these things
And
to be
prove,
true.
exactly.
So that's the difference.
So all the pseudoscientists that are in mainstream media can come and say, prove it. And I'm going to say, okay, watch this video.
Right.
You know? So this is fascinating. What we'd like to do right now is, if you would like to partake, I thought this was a good opportunity to provide a light language activation for you. What that means is we will do a quick 4 to 5 minute meditation. I will channel some light language with the intention of activating you also. What you will notice, heightened intuition. If you go through this meditation with us, watch what happens afterwards. Watch for the magic. Give yourself some time to feel into your particular light language and let it come through for you. So your consciousness can start exploring these things and feeling into what is possible when you see beyond the veil of this physical material reality. So we're going to go ahead and do that for the next 5 minutes or so. I think Amber can... How do you want to do this?
However you'd like.
Amber, I'm going to go ahead and get into a channel position. Amber, go ahead and start the meditation off for about a minute or two. And then I will go ahead and do the light language activation for you guys. And the intention with this, it can be healing. It can be anything. But I like to set the intention for us to activate the language within you. And we can give some resources on how to tap in and channel and start to exercise this if you wanted to take it deeper. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to let Amber kind of start the meditation, and then I will come in with light language probably about 2 minutes in or so. All right, if you're in a position to partake in this, if you are at home and you have time to yourself, take the time, 4 or 5 minutes to do this. If not, save the video, come back to it at a later time, share it to yourself or your friends. You can save it on Facebook, and you can always do this at a later time. Obviously, do not do this while you're driving. Do not do this while you're busy watching your kids or whatever. It's totally safe, and we hope that you get the best out of it. All right, here we go.
All right. So I welcome you to take a comfortable position, whatever that means for you. And feel into your body. Feel into your root chakra and allow yourself to ground that energy into the earth in whatever way feels right for you. Travel up to your sacral chakra, your solar plexus, your heart space, and take a moment and linger in that place. I want you to feel into emerald green energy, emitting that from the core of your being. Travel up to your throat chakra, recognizing that the process we're working on today is directly related to this incredible chakra. This throat chakra, in which sound is emitted from, is also the chakra that is directly connected to your ability to hear the divine, the angelic realm, your guides, and God or the universe, whatever resonates most with you. This throat chakra holds the key, in my opinion, to intuition itself. Traveling up to the third eye, turning your focus to the back of your forehead with your eyes for just a moment, looking up and out, feeling into your crown chakra on the top of your head, diving out into the universe, bringing some beautiful angelic light from the universe down in through the top of your head, trickling down throughout your entire body, all the way through and out the bottoms of your feet back into the planet. Your beautiful connection to the earth in which you reside in this moment, and the connection out into the universe, to the star seed that you are, to the truth of your being. Feeling into your breath, taking a nice deep breath. And as you breathe out, watching as the walls around you crumble, the walls that have been built through this life experience without you even knowing it. Softening the subconscious, opening yourself up for something that feels new but is innately inside of you.
All right, I want to call attention to the safety and support that's around you right now. I want to call for support from light beings all across the universe. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Just let go and let the activation take place. Listen to the sound of the universe through me and through you. Let the activation take place. Know that you are in safe hands, guided by your higher self. Call for healing if you need healing. Call for abundance if you need abundance. Call for safety if you need safety. Call for your ability to tune in to who you really are. Call for gratitude. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Habanishta kianasa. Hamanishta kinayasana. Parishta kinaya. Hamanishta kaya. Sabanishta kianasa pakatianama. Feel into your divine heart space. Know that you are safe here, now. Know that you are divinely guided and protected. Know that you are safe to be fully, authentically you in each and every moment, no matter what.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We hope that you enjoyed this presentation, and we hope, more importantly, that it opened your eyes to see with a new set of eyes from a higher level of consciousness. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next broadcast.